Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Nataki, and today I have another Bible story. This Bible story is about the parable of talents. What did you do with what God gave you? There's a story that Jesus told in the Bible, Matthew 25. It's about a master who was going on a long journey. Before he left, he called 3 of his servants and gave each one of them a certain amount of talent. That was a form of money back then. Today we see it as gifts, abilities, or opportunities that God gives you. To one servant, he gave 5 talents. To another, he gave 2 talents, each according to their ability. Then the master went on another journey. The servant who received the 5 talents didn't waste a minute. He got to work right away. Maybe he started a business, maybe he invested, or maybe he created something that was valuable. But he used what his master gave him. Over time, his 5 talents turned into 10. The second servant, who had 2 talents, did the exact same thing. He took what he had and went to work. He doubled his talents and turned his 2 into 4. But the third servant, he received 1 talent. The servant who received 1 talent made a totally different choice. Instead of doing something with what he had, he said to himself, "My master is harsh. What if I mess up?" So he began to dig a hole in the ground and he buried his talents. Time had passed. Then one day his master returned. It was time for everyone to give account of what they had done with their talents. The first servant came forward proudly and said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents, and look, I've gained 5 more." The master said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with a few things, and now I'll make you ruler over many. Come and share your master's joy." Then came the second servant. "Master, you gave me 2 talents, and I've gained 2 more." Again, the master said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things, and I'll make you ruler over many. Enter into your master's joy." Finally, the third servant came forward, nervous and holding a dusty talent that he had dug out of the ground. "Master," he said, "I know you were a hard man. You reap where you haven't sown and gather where you haven't scattered seed. So I hid your talent in the ground. Here, take it back. It's yours." The master's face fell. He looked at the servant and said, "You wicked and lazy servant. You knew I reaped where I hadn't sown? So you should have at least put my money in the bank so I could have earned entrance. Take this talent from him and give it to the one who has 10. For whoever uses what they have, more will be given to them. But whoever does nothing, even what they have will be taken away." Family, this story is more than about just money. It's about purpose and it's about trust. It's also about how we handle what God has placed in our hands. Every single one of us has been given something from God. It might be your voice. It might be your wisdom. It might be your creativity, your compassion, your leadership, your ability to encourage others. But God has placed something inside of you, and he expects you to use it. The servant who had 5 talents didn't waste his time comparing himself to the servant who had 2. The servant who had 2 talents didn't get jealous of the servant who had 5 talents. But the servant who had 1 talent, he got caught up in fear and making excuses. And family, that's what happens to many people today. God gives us dreams, assignments, and gifts, not fear. What if I fail? What will people think? What if I'm not good enough? That's walking in fear. Trust God and walk in faith. Some of us, instead of using our talents, we bury them. We bury them in procrastination, doubt, and our comfort zone. Hear this today, family. God didn't give you those gifts to bury them. He gave you those gifts to multiply them. Family, side note, use the talents so he can tell you, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little things, and now I'm going to bless you with many things." Amen. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to say thanks for watching. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.